Hello, hello. Hi. I'm tilted more this way because I was gonna work on hats today. Make some possum hats. And then I realized I don't have any gray fleece. Like, I don't have enough to make hats. I have, like, this lighter gray, not even half a yard, like a quarter of a yard. And I have some gray minky. So I think instead I'm working on an embroidery design. We're gonna try to make some little possums for my keychains, as keychains for my claw machine. Hello, Dr. Miss Raven, welcome. And then if the possum keychains work out okay, while those are making, I can finish up the possums that we worked on the last time we worked on possums and finish embroidering this guy's nose. That's all he really needs left is his little nose. I did get some embroidery floss for him. And then I think I might have to stitch up. He's got a little hole right here. But yeah, so I'm going to be over here. My standees are going to be here today. Yay! That's so exciting. Feel free to share pictures in the Discord if you want to show them off. I would share my screen, but I got it, I think, to the point where I can go ahead and save it to my flash drive, and then I can just show you guys as it embroiders out. I think. I feel like I need to shift the nose over just a tad. But then I'm worried that's gonna make everything else look crooked, so I'm not trying to, like, I don't want to mess it all up. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and try this. So I'm leaving the bottom open because I want to do a little tail. But if I make the tail on the little keychain, then I feel like it's gonna be really small because it's gotta compensate for the tail that's gonna be like hanging down. So I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll do a different embroidery file where it's just a bunch of tails, and then attach those, and I want it to hang upside down. Here, I have a doodle. I forgot I sketched this out really quick to give myself an idea. So yeah, where it's gonna be hanging down like that. Shout out, if you guys were like, what are these names? Shout out to my latest patrons and probably the last ones for a bit, for the Kirby of the month at least, because I canceled my Kirby of the month. Jackie, Kyle, Melinda, Jessica, Noelle, Amanda, Ariel, Mad Hatter, Blue, Denise, and then Bethany was in my sticker club. So yeah, I've officially closed out my Patreon, even though it still charged people for September. But I canceled, I deleted the tier completely. So I refunded everyone, but that should fix it. I'm gonna be really mad if people on the Kirby tier get charged $20 again, because I have no way to delete it. Like, when I click on their name, it says they're not a part of a tier. So I told everyone, just a heads up, if they want to go ahead and just cancel it on their side too, or sign up for the free tier, to do that, so that hopefully it won't charge you guys again. But I don't want to completely shut down my Patreon, because I have some people that are in the $2 tier, just to stay up to date and in the Discord, and they'll still get access to little freebies that I put up there. But they also have the free tier that you can be a part of for completely free. But I'm assuming if I completely close down my Patreon, I can't post to it. I'll still have it, but I don't think I can even post for the free stuff. So I don't know. Honestly, Patreon's kind of stressing me out with how, like, trying to go in there and figure out who's paid and who is in what, like, tier. I feel like it could be a lot simpler. I'm selling out of an item on my Etsy. I have 6 left. That's awesome! I feel like my Etsy too has been popping off. Like, not for one particular item. That's insane. Congratulations. But I have been getting quite a bit more orders. I don't know if it's just that time of year or if Etsy has started doing something different where they're actually really pushing small artists. Would be nice. All right, so now I gotta put all this together. And see, I want to make it to fit in the 4x4 right now, I think. Just to make a tiny keychain. And then we're going to plug my flash drive in. Possum time! Yes! Yeah, we're gonna try to make all kinds of possum things. I do have 3 Sylveon hats that I need to, like, work on, but I don't necessarily have to finish them today. That's what I worked on yesterday. For Labor Day, did you guys do anything fun for Labor Day? If you guys got it off work or spent time with your family, that's what we did. I worked like sewing wise like all day, and then at like nighttime we went to eat dinner at my family's house. It was really good. I got to see all the little babies in the family. Okay, I guess my cup holder, or my, I guess my what coaster is coming with me. All right, now let's eject the flash drive and let's see. I haven't tested out this embroidery yet, so you guys are getting the first look. And to make it easier on myself, I'm gonna do the back of the keychain gray. The front, for the most part, will be white. Yes. And then it's gonna have the little gray like triangle piece that comes down. So I'm gonna put that. I had to think for a minute. So in terms of like hooping, I'm gonna have white down in the hoop, and then when I go to put the back piece on to sew it all up, it's going to be gray. And now that I think of it, I definitely didn't separate the very last stitch, which would be the one to stitch the whole thing. So I do need to do that, but first we're gonna see if there's anything else I need to tweak, because honestly it doesn't make sense to tweak it right now because it's already saved onto my embroidery file. And I already have a piece of white fleece cut. It's for a 5x7 size, but we're gonna use this anyways, and we can use it multiple times. So I do have, it's black ears, so I need to get a little bit of black scrap. And then I need a little bit of gray, but I do have the gray over there already. Oh, let me show you guys some of the cute stickers. Magic? Is that what you did yesterday? And Dr. Miss Raven did Stayed at home and worked on Halloween merch. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot if I want to do any Halloween merch. I mostly just do my hats. Usually pop off around that time. I do want to do a tutorial on my Callie and Marie hats, so I definitely need to get started on that. But these are little tandem mouse stickers. They need to get cut out, but Joey and I handed these out at MatsuriCon, so that was exciting. People really liked our Team Magma cosplay, and of course Tandem Mouse, which we did Tandem Mouse on Sunday, so we weren't in it very long because it was a shorter day. But I'm excited. I'm going to add these to my convention too. It was a really quick sketch that I did, but I actually ended up loving it. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised, because I love Tandem Mouse and Mousehold. And then Possum stickers. I just have this one right now, but I'll probably turn this design I'm doing for the keychain into a sticker. But it's like this. It says, "Feeling cute," and it's a cute little possum. And if you guys watched my like how to make stickers at home, I don't know if you saw like the top comment. I need to pin it to the top too, but someone said that you can laminate 2 sticker pages, like put them back to back, and if you cut off, which is just so smart, I don't know why I didn't think about this, but you know, if you just cut off the edges, because you don't need those anyways, and you know, I put them in one of those laminating sleeves, so it's laminated on both sides. And if you just cut all 4 corners off, then you have 2 laminated sheets. These aren't the best scissors, luckily. I'm not like cutting the sticker art. I'm just cutting the lamination. The laminate? Is that the right? Past tense. You can pull them apart, and now you have 2 sheets of stickers. And because you know, you didn't take the sticker backing off or anything, these don't stick together. But isn't that so smart? I'm like, oh my gosh, this person. I need to look up their username. I did comment on it, and like when they said it, I was like, oh my gosh, that is such a good idea. I've never thought about that. So it's so, like, I love when you all share tips and tricks to make everyone else's life easier. Because I was cutting it off, which is like takes up time, but then sometimes I'm not printing 2 sticker sheets, so I have to like throw one away, the other side of the laminate, because it's like getting a whole lot of dust, or I'm just not going to use it in time, or it gets like wrinkled when I put it back into the box. So being able to like know ahead of time, if I just print out 2 sticker sheets, even if it's the same one, if I just print out 2 sticker sheets, that saves me time and money. And time is money. So yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys because I was in awe. Alright, looking for my little possum guy. Here he is. Oh wait, I forgot we're doing... Oh, I need to shrink it a little bit because it's not fitting in the hoop, but I'll remember. Let me make a note. I need to change the last step. And then smaller. Does anybody else just have a book of just random, like, this is my little notebook, and it's got my orders, like a November, like from November of last year to-do list, this, like, all kinds of just little notes that I can look back on. It's all in one place. Okay, doing the smaller size. And it's going to start off, we need pink. It's going to do its little pink nose. So Dr. Miss Raven, what kind of Halloween merch did you make? I saw that my neighbor has her Halloween stuff already out, and I'm just like, yes. So I love fall. It's my favorite season. I mostly love it because of the cooler weather and the apple flavored things. My favorite holiday is Christmas, but that's more just, I do like Halloween, but I like the feeling of Halloween, like fall, and I love candy, but Halloween day is usually just one day of trick-or-treating and dressing up, which I do love. But it's not a holiday that like extends past that one day, other than the decoration and fall and like pumpkin, apple. I love that part. But holiday itself, I love Christmas because you kind of celebrate it all month. Because you're preparing, you're getting presents, you are usually, if you have multiple families or something that you gotta visit, you're visiting all month long, so I love that you get to do it like multiple times usually. I'm working on Day of the Dead. Oh, nice! I feel like that's not one that people think of often, you know? Alright. Little bitty nose. And also, I don't know how big this possum might come out. It might be really big for a keychain. Alright, and now we're going to switch over. It's going to do 2 eyes, which we're going to see. It's doing white, like eyeball, and then a black pupil, but it is doing like white on white. So I might change it and just do a solid like black eye, like I have for my plushies. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be a really big keychain. So we might have to make it a little smaller. But it's probably good that we're making it bigger at first so that we know, we can see what we need to change better. Here's my little Sylveon bows. I have to sneeze. Hold on. Sorry. But then I add these little, you know, the little ribbon bottoms or ribbon parts onto the bow, and then it'll go on the like ear. I think it goes on this ear actually if you're looking at the hat. But that's also what I was working on yesterday. I sent the stuff I'm working on in art channel. Ooh, perfect. I can't wait to check it out. I'm just gonna throw this away. No, let me see if I can use any of the last of it. Do any of you just like, I'm scared it's gonna just all get tangled up and it's not gonna be worth my time. But might as well use the rest of it on this project instead of a big project that could be a disaster if it gets messed up. This gray thread, I don't know what's wrong with it. It's the same brand I usually get, I think, but it has started breaking. I'll see if this says the weight. 120 D/2. Yeah. For some reason, this gray, it like, I use it on Mothman and on the wings, and it breaks so bad. And I thought it was my machine, but it doesn't do it with any other colors that I have. Just that gray thread. And I mean, I guess it could also be the Mothman embroidery file, because I only use gray on that as well. But I've done it before and haven't had problems with the thread breaking. Like, it's just recently. But it was also a different thread, so maybe whatever thread I had before was a little stronger. And then now doing this, that's why the thread's breaking. I don't know. I could try to redo the embroidery pattern and see if it makes it a little better, because it is from my old program. At least I think it is. I don't know. There's a picture. And usually it doesn't have a picture if it's on the old embroidery program. Oh wait, okay, so I need to put, that's a little weird. I'm gonna have to change it. I need to put black down for its ears first. Sorry guys, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I don't have a camera set up. I wasn't planning on doing embroidery. But I need to put fabric for its ears down first. It feels like it's gonna be a sneezy kind of day, and I'm not looking forward to it. I know it's gotta be the weather though, because my nose has also been like, not running, like bleeding, like bloody, but where, you know, when the temperature change and then it's hot and it's cold and your nose just, is it the humidity or the something like that? The moisture in the air. Okay. So now it's gonna go on to the other. So I need to cancel that too. Color after triangle piece. Okay, I can show you guys what I'm working with right now. It's gonna look a little weird, but here is, you can see the nose under here. And then it just did this triangle piece, but I also put black behind it because that's going to be the ears. So what I need to do now is cut around this gray, because I wanted that gray to, you know, like I do for my plushies where the little gray comes down. And then you should be able to see its eyes. The problem is I'm gonna have to do a marker to put the black down because I'm not gonna know where the black goes for the ears. I got really lucky, it looks like, though. I got lucky in the way it didn't catch at all. I wanted it to catch though because I wanted it to be behind the gray. So this one kind of did it. I wanted the black to be behind the gray so it looks like, you know, its ears are behind it. But for this side, it didn't catch at all. So I'll probably need to do a, what's the word? Placement stitch, if you want to call it that. Where I know where to lay the black. All right, so sorry. If it keeps up like this, I might just have to, I don't know, we'll go to a no talking, just listen to calm music. All right, so now I can go back on here. And actually, let me trim this black a little bit because it doesn't need to be down here anyways. Trim this just a little bit. That should be good. And now it's gonna do the arms, and I did it in gray as well. This might be something that needs to be in black because I don't know how well, like gray on white's not gonna show up that well. Let me scoot back so you're not constantly hearing the embroidery machine. I also didn't do like a satin stitch. I just did a regular little stitch. So I'm not sure if I want a little satin stitch. I used to have an Oppa design that was kind of like this. Okay, then I think it's gonna do, okay, it's gonna do the little like chin. And then I have to stop it because then it's gonna try to do the whole body. Okay. So here's what we got right now. It's a little arm, it's a little chin. The eyes seem to look okay. They do stand out a little bit from the body, so that's good. But now I have to put the black down for its ears. Whoops. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do some kind of placement stitch for the ears. It's gonna be very bulky. All right. and we're going to cut a gray piece out for the back. Doesn't have to be very big. Just one big enough to cover, and we're going to lay it down, face down. And now it's going to stitch it all up. I left a little hole at the bottom, like I said, where the tail will go. I would really love to just get into making embroidery files and stuff that I can share. And that is something that I feel like I would like to put back on my Patreon again. But I'm very bad about committing to something that has a deadline. Like, if I said that I put free patterns on my Patreon, but don't give you guys an exact amount that you just will get some free ones, I could do. But if it's like, yeah, you get a free embroidery file every month, that's hard for me to stay committed to, because I just have to find the time out of all the other things that I have to do that also have timelines, like Etsy orders, conventions, and it's just hard for me to plan adequately. Someone did tell me at a convention one time, though, that someone does live streams that they watch, and they do embroidery files, and like kind of their viewers suggest what they would like to see, or their patron members, and then they make the file together, or like you get to watch them make the file, and then you get the file. So you get to see the file be made, and then you get it for like watching the stream or being a patron. And I thought that would be a cool idea. Or if I just do one stream a month out of all the streams that I do, just one of them is an embroidery file making stream, then maybe that wouldn't be too bad. I could look into doing something like that. Look at this little guy. Yeah, I definitely have to do something with his ears. But he's not bad looking. He ain't so bad looking. Okay, are you ready to see this cutie? Look at him. So I do think I want to try it with like bigger black pupils. What do you guys think? Because the white kind of blends in. And then the back is like just gray. And then I would do like a little pink tail that would be like long and skinny. And it would be like wrapped around like the keychain part is what I'm hoping. But yeah, he definitely needs to be a little smaller. I'm going to keep him this size right now while I... Well, maybe not. Okay. So, what I need to do first, though, is edit the parts. So, I have listed. I need to change the color. Man, I wish I had more USB slots on this computer. I have 2. My camera is plugged into one, and then my mouse is a wireless mouse, is plugged into the other. But I need one for a flash drive, so you have to remove my mouse. Otherwise, I would be cutting off the video footage. We're gonna delete the white eyes. Oh my gosh, the little bitty black eyes. Wait, does that make it look more mousy though? Because I don't want it to look like a mouse, you know? But it's kind of hard. Honestly, the tail is what makes it not look as much like a mouse. Okay, I think I'm gonna make them just a little bit bigger. $17.16. Sorry, just talking about the position of where it is. And then oops. I do want to move the nose up a little, I think. Okay, so this little, we'll just make it like yellow, just something crazy. And then the ears for it need to be, we basically we just need a stitch to, and the thing is, I did have ears made and I just deleted them because I didn't think I needed them. Starting Sprout and digitize. We'll say open shape. Yes.
Shopify helps you sell it every
And I'm
stage
gonna
of your
make,
business. Like that. Let's put it online and see what
excuse
happens.
you, thank you. I'm gonna make the ear just a little bit bigger because it avoids the threads being seen. Let me see if I can share. This part's not as hard to switch back and forth from, so if I like screen capture, done. Okay, that works. It's like in the corner. So I'm making this like little placement stitch so I know where the black needs to be. But now that I think of it, I think I do need maybe not. We'll try this. I was like, I think I need a line right here because then it's going to go over with the gray, but technically it should be hidden behind that. So now we're going to duplicate it and put it over here for this ear. And for some reason my ears aren't the same size. So I'm just going to extend this out just a little bit. This won't affect because it'll get cut off. This line right here is the outside of the plush line. So that's going to be the actual shape of the ear. So then we need to move both of these up here because we want it to do black right after the black eyes. So it's going to do eye, left ear, right ear. Then it's gonna do the little gray piece, and I do want to pull this down just a little further. But you see the little black pupils? Isn't it so cute? Alright, and then it's gonna do arms, and I don't mind the gray. I think I am gonna try to do like a light satin stitch. Or actually, let's just try the triple run. That's gonna make it a little bit darker, but not as like big as a satin stitch is. It's just gonna go over it 3 times. Where a satin stitch, it does make it take longer, and it has more of an opportunity to get bunched up because I don't have any backing. What I can't think of what it's called. Stabilizer. I don't have any stabilizer on the bottom or the top, so that could cause it more of a problem to get bunched up. Okay, and then I need to change the color of the last part so that I can change, so I can put the gray down. So I'm just picking a random color. All right, and then I think the only other thing I need to do is I do need to resize it because I think this is a little bit too big to go on a keychain. And I do think I'll stuff it too, even though it's pretty cute flat. It'd make a really like thick bookmark. So it's 4 inches tall right now. Let's just do like 3.5 and just see how that goes. And we're gonna go to, I need to save it to my computer. I forgot to do that for the other one. Save design as keychain. And then I got to, what did I do? Here's the flash drive. I go to California with my mom and grandma for my grandma's birthday trip. And I haven't decided what I want to do on the plane yet. I don't really want to take my computer because it's very bulky and the battery dies so fast. So I'll probably take my iPad. But there's not anything that I really like want to doodle or have been wanting to doodle. Other than I know Bethany and I want to make some keychains and put in a keychain order. But I think I know I want to do like a Lethal Company one, 2 Lethal Company ones, and then turn some of my Kirby's into like a keychain. But those are all kind of like previous designs, so I don't necessarily need to do new ones. What I would really like to do is take a bunch of stuff and stuff it. But then I come back with like an even bigger suitcase than I left with because everything's like stuffed. Okay, I need to hoop another white piece of fleece. Let's see if I have any small scrap pieces. Yes, we do. And that's why I really want to get into crochet And I was practicing doing like the granny squares and stuff. But what I'd really like to do is make some little plushies that then I can stuff when I get back home. But I don't know how to make any plushies yet. I'm not that far. And the other option is like edit videos, but again, that's on my laptop. Just so conflicted. I could just read a book, but then I feel like I'm not getting anything done, you know? Unless there's a game that I've been wanting to play. I don't know, what is your all's favorite thing to do on a plane? Like a short plane ride, I honestly just listen to music and nap. Sometimes I just clear out things on my phone. But for a longer one, I usually like to have something prepared that I can do. And we are flying Southwest, so I can watch movies and stuff, which will probably be my last resort. I've never tried to cut out stickers on a plane. I've tried to cut them out in a car, and it's kind of hard. But also, I'm not sure what the rule on like tiny scissors. I know you can take scissors, I think, because I've seen people crochet, and usually you have to have scissors to cut something, but I could be wrong. You might not be allowed any kind of scissors. Hi, Hibiscus! I want to make for whatever con I have next list. So go through old pics or play Sudoku. I love a good Sudoku. And I guess that's what we've been doing. There was another game that I really like to play on the plane too. I just read manga on a plane. Always a good choice. Do you bring a lot of manga though? Because like unless it's like a really thick one, you know, I feel like you can read them really fast. You can have scissors. The blade part just has to be 3 inches or under. Okay, I don't have my... So I think my Cricut ones would be okay. They're like a little bit tinier, but I like those for cutting stickers. And you say you sew on the plane too? Can you bring like a little needle? I guess if you can bring scissors, you can bring like a needle. That makes sense. So if I have a bunch of pre-stuffed things, then I'm leaving with the same amount of stuff that I came with. They're just all get hand sewn up. Yep, I bring needles, pens, all the goods. Haha. Okay, I never attempted to fly with any of that because I just was worried it'd get confiscated. Yeah, I take about 4 manga books with me. All right. I would love to get into manga, but... Or I guess you can also read it digitally. I did have a thing where I could read manga on my, like, iPad. My niece just texted me. I gave her $20 to, like, come and feed the dogs while we were gone at MatsuriCon. And she said something about that her $20... I guess the $20 flew out my window or something, she said. I hope she's not expecting me to give her $20 more, because I didn't lose your $20. I held up my end of the deal. What you do with the money? Oh man, what you do with the money after that is not my fault. Okay, so I forgot it did the black eyes, and then it did right to the ears. So I'm gonna have to also change the color for that too. But yeah, I saw that she's I didn't read the whole thing, just that her $20 supposedly blew out the window, maybe. Oh goodness. 17-year-olds, man. I don't know about you all, but when I had the opportunity to make money at any point when I was younger, I was like, count me in. But I mean, I guess that makes sense. That's why I started a business when I was 16, 17, however old I was in 2012. Because I was like, I want money. Okay, so it did the eyes and the nose, and then it just did the ears. So I'm going to trim the ears. Yeah, I didn't even think about asking you, Hibiscus Stitch, because like I know you travel to a lot of your conventions, and I know you bring that stuff with you. I guess I just thought you put it in like a carry-on, but yeah, I should have asked you what all kinds of like sewing stuff you can bring. Interesting. That didn't stay down. I might have to do, which it might not matter, but like the stitch kind of came up on this ear, but it's gonna get stitched over again when the whole plush gets sewn up, but kind of hard to see where it ended. Now I have to see if I cut that too close to the edge. All right, let's put a piece of gray down for the little head. I'm trying to get the stretch so that if it needs some stretch, it can have some stretch. And I laid the gray down over the black, and now it's gonna stitch out that little triangle headpiece. Change to our gray thread. Hold on, now I'm really curious what my niece sent me, so let me finish reading it. So my $20 was sitting on the center console of the truck, and I guess it flew out the window because we had the windows down, and it's not in the back seat, and Mason didn't take it. I asked her if she left the windows down when, like if they ever left the truck with the windows down, because, you know, maybe someone, if it's just right there and your windows are down and you're not in it, they might have just, whoop, real quick. Also, we were at MatsuriCon, and we were playing that farm merge game that we've been talking about on Discord, and someone next to us was like, okay, who's playing farm merge? And we were all just like, all three of us are. So now we know other people play it than just us. All right, it did the little gray, but the black is showing through a little bit. So I do think I'm just gonna have to go and do a whole stitch so I can just know where the black ends and where the gray starts, kind of thing. But we're getting somewhere. This is what I'm wanting. Yeah, I opened up my closet where I keep my convention stuff, and I saw my claw machine there, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I have any stuff really for my claw machine. And when I realized I couldn't make a hat, I was like, let's make some possum keychains. All right, now it's gonna do the arms and everything, and we did change the stitching for that, so it's gonna be a little bit thicker, hopefully. Again, here's what the first attempt looked like. I play that game too. You play the farm merge game. Isn't it so addicting? I haven't played it in a while because we've been gone, and I don't love playing it on my phone. But every time I go to my stepdad's shop, I open it up there. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. We're working on some possum keychains. This was the first attempt, and it's gonna like hang upside down, but I had to tweak this one a little bit. It's a little too big. I'm sorry, did you want to say hi? Come on, come say hi to them. Daisy said hi. Are you just gonna whine, or are you gonna come say hi? Whoops. My machine wasn't done yet. Hoo. I'm Oberdober. And I like to whine for my mommy's attention. You don't need anything. You can just go outside and run and chase the mailman like you love to do. Look at the little guy. Just a little guy. Alright, so now we put the gray piece over it and see what it looks like. This is a good use of this gray fleece too, because I don't use this color gray. I've had this left over for years. I used to use it when I made Latios and Latias. But if I ever do remake them, I made them hats wise. If I ever do remake them, I think I will make them both white, because for some reason in some photos, Latios, I think, is a little bit more gray than white. But I think most people now consider them both to be white, I think. So I think I would just do them both white. Their bodies, of course. I know that they, like, one's red, one's blue. Latios is blue, Latias is red. But I think I remember telling Joey, like, yeah, I did Latios gray. like a really light gray. He's like, why did you do gray? It's white.
With Asana,
So it's like one of those things where if like it's not something that they notice, then
so every team
might as
can work
well just
smarter
stick with
and faster.
using the colors that I use more. Because if I'm only using that gray fleece, there's no need for me to buy a whole bunch of that gray color fleece. Okay. Let's cut this guy out and see what he's looking like. Okay. I've started using these paint brushes as stuffing sticks to help, because I only have one stuffing stick that I have, and I don't know where. It's like in a bag somewhere from the last time I used it. So other than digging it out wherever it is, I've just been doing this. Okie dokie, is looking better. I just gotta figure out how to get this black to not show. Which this one I think is sellable. I can sew down the gray here. Because like there's a little black poking out, but if I fold it down and I can hand sew it where you won't be able to see it. Yeah. Okay, let me stuff him a little bit because I'm still on the fence about if I want to have him stuffed. Also, let me know if my mic dies because these didn't get to charge as long, so let me know. I don't think I'll stuff it a lot if I do stuff it. But I mean, I do stuff my like Kuromi and my Melody and stuff, so. And these are about the same size that they are. It's just going to be a little longer with the tail, that's all. And I kind of wanted to have a variety of different price points. So I have stickers that are going to be, they're $3 or 2 for $5. And hopefully I'll have 2 possum designs. I'll have this one, and then I'll have that one that's like feeling cute that I showed earlier. And then, oh my gosh, what if I make little finger puppets? Or should I make a few that are just finger puppets? But I only have possum finger puppets because I don't have any other finger puppets. And then just give them the little tail down the back. So yeah, I'll have those stickers for like $3. These keychains, I'll probably put a few in my claw machine. But I'll also have some on display. And then, let's see, what else? So that would be like $10 to $12. And then I have my plushies that will be more like 25 to 30. I'm not sure. on the time it spent me. I know it's not a whole lot of time, and there's only, I think I only had to hand sew the ears and the tail and then hand sew it all the way up. So did I might have hand sewed the head on too. Look at him. But I do kind of want to make some little finger puppets too. And then I can just sell those for like, I don't know, maybe $5. And I can use the same tail that I used for the keychain. Okay. Speaking of, let's... So cute. Finger puppets would be so cute. Thank you, guys. Yeah, now I'm like, I need to make finger puppets. I've only seen one other person, I think, really sell finger puppets. I've never asked them to see if they do any good, but honestly, I think if it's something cute and little and cheap, it probably sells decently well because that gets like kids' attention, and they probably would like it a little bit, like parents would like buying that a little bit better than stickers, because your stickers, you know, are one-time use usually. Okay, so I do want to change before I forget. Oh, sorry, baby. Did I hit you? I'm sorry. I do want to change the ears. And I need to... Okay, I think, honestly, if I just extend this stitch into here, so I know this is the cutoff. And then, you know, theoretically, I'll get the idea that I would cut along that. I think that'll work. Let me just, oops, didn't mean to do that. That's okay. Okay. And then that's gonna get covered up by that. So let me delete this one. You guys can still see, right? Yeah. And duplicate it, flip it, bring it to the other side. And then I'm just going to bring this one in a little bit more. Okay, because I was having the problem where the black was sticking out of this gray part down here. So that should hopefully fix that problem. I need to make sure to move this back up here with the other one. And again, I'm going to change this. Instead of black, it's going to just be orange. So that I'm pretty sure there's a way to, like, if I just add a trim, then it would stop. Otherwise, the software to the side wouldn't trim. Yeah, but I don't know. This is what works in my brain. So just changing the color, I know, makes it stop. And then I also know in my brain, oh hey, you gotta change. You gotta add something, or you gotta change something, because otherwise I'll be like, why did my machine stop? And I'll just click start again, and then I'll be like, oh, that's why it was stopped. All right, so I think that should be good. So I'm going to, and I think I like this size. I think it'll fit in the Easter eggs for my claw machine. I'm going to save design one more time. And then I need to make some little tails. I think, honestly, I'm just going to make little triangles. Or if they have like standard shapes, that's just like a long rectangle. There's a cute curvy one. Okay, I'll just make my own. Digitize, open shape, and we'll just do like to here, and just like a little curve, and back down. Enter. That should be good. I'm gonna get like, it was already red, but I'm gonna make it red so you can see it a little easier. I'm gonna, no, never mind, I changed my mind. I was like, I'm gonna make it a little longer so it comes to a point, but I think what I'm gonna do is wrap it around the end of the keychain, so I don't think you'll really get to see it anyways. And then size of this, I think like 2.5 would be good, where it's like long enough, but also enough to tie around. And then that might, I need to make sure it's wide enough where I can turn it inside out. And that's kind of small. It might need to be like at least 1/2 inch wide. So let me change this to 0.5. All right, and we can go ahead and export this and our design. Export, this is going to be Opossum tail. And I'll eventually duplicate that. If it's what I like, I'll duplicate it and then have multiple tails on one file. But I do want to make sure that it's the right size and everything. I'm going to export this one more time. Make sure those get saved. And then we can remove our flash drive. And while this loads up onto my embroidery machine, that's what it's called, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. Okay. I am back. Oh, I forgot I was gonna do the tail, not the possum. Hold, please. I need to
You gotta hear about this.
see if I have
Go
a big
from
enough
idea
piece.
to illustration faster with generative AI and Adobe Illustrator. Generate custom graphics.
I'm a big dog. Have that like TikTok sound. I don't know if it came from TikTok or where, but I have it in my head right now. Okay, I'm just using some scrap pink fabric in here real quick. Let's move it over a little bit. Okay, there's a little, one little lonesome tail. Where do you guys get your little plastic keychain pieces? Do you just get them off Amazon? That's where I got mine. But I did get like a miscellaneous color bag and, excuse me, like for my Lethal Company, I use orange, black, or gray. So those run out, of course, a lot faster than the other ones do. So here's the tail, and then I'm thinking it would be wrapped around a keychain. Let's see, do I have them in this bag? That's my second Etsy order today, guys. It looked like somebody bought a pattern earlier, and then that one was for $30, so that could be a squeakwood. Or it could be a Kirby too. I think I have them set for $25, and then so yeah, I have this miscellaneous color of keychains, but I have so many blues, and I don't use a lot of blue, surprisingly. But Kirby's I have listed for $25, I think, and then $5 shipping probably. So could be a Kirby. I haven't bought any yet, but I'm probably going to buy from Amazon. Okay, yeah, I think, whoa. I think that definitely that's the place that has the most variety, and probably you get the fastest too. Okay, I'm just doing a ladder stitch. Well, yeah, I'm gonna do a ladder stitch to close up the bottom of this. And then I'm gonna decide if I want the tail coming right out the middle, or if I want it to come out more at the back, where like a tail actually would be. Because if I'm trying to save myself time, I could like put it on the machine and sew the tail into it, But I don't think I gave myself really enough room. I'd have to take some stuffing out, I think, to be able to turn over some of the fabric so that it's like a finished seam. Okay, so here's it without the tail, and then maybe I'll just put the tail on it like this so it's coming out the back. And then I guess it doesn't really work for this clippy one. Okay, let me sew the tail on and then we'll do some brainstorming.
Chicken expert since 1990.
Because it would be a little better if I could...
Need the pad designed to work for anybody?
Can you
Everybody.
not? If I... Where's my mouse? If I could put the tail through this little hole, then that would be cool. But it won't fit unless I make it a really small tail. Okay, sew this tail on. You guys been running around out there, huh? No, don't do this to me. Okay, we're good. My thread knotted up right when I was trying to tie off. Okay. So here's our little possum. And the thoughts we are having, okay, is I could just sew it like that. But then that tail feels like really too long, right? And that's why I would like it to be able to go through that hole. I guess we can also wrap it around. If it was a little bit longer, No, because then it would interfere with what you could like hook it on. You do it like sideways, but then it would hang on your keys weird. Okay, the other option we have is I do have, I think, these little gray, if they're still in here. I have little gray keychains. I also have Mothman in here that I need to sew up. Are they in here? Yeah. Okay. So I do have these. I don't think they're as cute for like a plush. I don't know. I just feel like it would not be as strong, maybe? I'm not sure. But I could do something like this, and then it hangs on this little wired one. Or it's not wire, you know, like metal. And that works. And that looks like the only way that I'm gonna be able to have that effect. If I want it to look like it's like hanging on, rolled up by its tail, I can totally do it like that. And then from the side, you can see there's like rolled up. But just this is more of a personal thing because it reminds me of like Neopets and like backpack clips. And I like these aesthetically. But I think I am gonna go with this because I really do like the look of the rolled up tail, and I'm not gonna get that with the other one. So let's do that and see how I need to sew it so that it doesn't like come undone, and just make sure everything's sewn down because we don't want people to lose their keychains. I haven't checked the weather this weekend, but I really hope that it is nice and sunny because the Possum Festival is this weekend. I do hope that it's pretty warm too. I don't want it to be like sweating crazy. But we have been getting kind of colder weather, and I just hope that we're not going to get like a 50 degrees day or something. Because it is outside. I have to bring a tent. And I might look to see if I can buy some like just little battery operated fairy lights too, just in case it shouldn't get dark, but it goes till 8, and that's if we stay the whole time. I haven't seen anything about like if we can pack up early or not, but it does start getting dark, like the sun is setting. So might need just a little bit to keep people's attention, keep people looking, not strain their eyes. This is kind of what I was wanting to do for some pony keychains. I was wanting to have them upside down by their like tails. Or something like that, because I wanted to do like cutie marks. But I did not have the time. TrotCon was at MatsuriCon, though, like, talking about their convention, because they are located in Dayton, Ohio. So it's only, like, I would say an hour or so, maybe a little more from Columbus. Okay. It's cute. Oh my gosh, I could put a squeaker in it, but then I think people would really think that it's a mouse. But people are really attracted to my gyroids because they make noise even though they don't know what it is, and it's cute looking. And I want to put more like squeakers and stuff in the gyroids, or in things that aren't gyroids, so that people know what it is. And I think that a squeaker would be cute in this for like a little squeaky keychain. But then I'd worry that people would think it's like a mouse. But then you could also use it as a fidget. I think that would be cute if it had a squeaker, because then you can like put it on your hand and you can like squeak it. What do you guys think? Do you think, would it matter if people thought it was a mouse? I have people that think my gyroids are dog toys because they have dog squeakers in them. Which is easily, it's okay to assume that, because that does make the most logical sense if you don't know what a gyroid is. And people get confused because I have paw prints to display my prices, but I have the paw prints because I'm lying around sewing, so they're like lion paw prints. That's like my theming. So that would have been cute for the pony thing. Thanks. Maybe I'll do it one day. I like the upside down plush keychain idea. So cute. People will buy that up. Squeaker! Most people think my fursuit props are dog toys. I tell them it's whatever they want it to be. That's a very good answer. Sometimes if people are like, oh, is this like... Sometimes people ask me if something is something, and sometimes I don't know what they're talking about. So I'm like, do I correct them or do I just say, yeah? Or like, so someone bought one of my Saki owls, like from League of Legends, and it's an owl, but it's based off the Star Guardian skin. It's still an owl, but it's, you know, this specific owl from this specific game. But this kid, who I know doesn't know anything about League of Legends, came up and their parents wanted to buy it for them, and they didn't ask me what it was from or anything, but I also didn't. I was like, you want to spend $60 on a plush owl for your kid? I'm not going to tell you anything other than how much it costs and like how to pay. You know, if you want to ask me, I'll be honest with you, but some people are like, oh, you know, your Mothman, are they like based off like Among Us people, but Mothman? And I'm like, yeah, kind of, because like if you, maybe that'll make you buy it if you like. But yeah, saying it's whatever you want it to be, I think that's very common, to be like, yeah, you can use it for that, or like, but yeah, if people are like, oh, is this a dog toy? I'm usually like, I wouldn't recommend, like, it's not made to hold up for a dog, it's more for decoration. Because also I don't want to be responsible if your dog chokes on it, because that's not what I made it for. My stepdad was like, you should start making like some baby toys or like dog toys. And I'm like, no, I do not want to get into that legally. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, if I make baby stuff, then I run into the risk of somebody giving something that's not made for a baby to a baby, even if it's like baby decoration. And then they can come back and like try to sue me because it had baby on it. So they're like, oh, I can give this to my baby. And I do not want to be responsible for that. And he's like, oh, I guess I didn't think about that. I'm like, yeah, I have thought about it several times. Same with like dogs. I'm like, I don't really want to make dog specific toys because I don't want people to give something to their dog and then something happen to their dog. That would like they might try to sue me, and then I'd be like, you know what, that's fine. I will never make anything ever again because I feel awful. Okay. Woo! I'm really worried about that. I've printed out little cards to include with care instructions and small parts warnings. That's very smart too to include, yeah, like small parts. Very smart. I like him. Okay. So now, let's see how many tails we can get in like a 5x7 area. Or not a 5x7, a 4x6, 4x4 hoop. And then that'll determine how many bodies I want to make. So if I can get like 6 tails in the 4x4, then we'll make like 6 more little keychain guys. And I do think I want to put some squeakers in some of them, but I honestly don't know. I'll have to make one and then see, because I'm not sure if these squeakers will fit inside. It might like fit just barely. Also, my dogs are gonna like be freaking out when I shove this into the little plushie. Yeah, actually, I think it's gonna be almost perfect. So I'll like stuff the ears in the head, and then it might not need any more stuffing around the body. I would use this as a fidget. I'm sure people would hate it if I used it as a fidget, where you're just like, squeak, 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 squeak. If you're at the Possum Festival and you hear a bunch of squeakers, it's probably the keychains. And I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, because you know I'm out here making money. But I do know some people would like the option not to have a squeaker, like parents. Alright, so I'm just going to make a little square just to know my boundaries. 4x4. And then we'll get these tails in here. I just need like just a little bit of space to cut between. And then I think we can probably fit one more. There's a gnat, but it flew away. Okay. And then I think we can probably fit one at the bottom. I just have to be careful because it's gonna have the stretch going along, which is okay. I just got to keep that in mind that this one tail is gonna be, it can like be stretched out and it might be longer than the others, but that should be fine. Okay, so we'll see. Delete our square. This parameters are good. I'm gonna go ahead and save this to my computer. Always make sure you back up your files. And then I need my flash drive again. He's cute. Thank you, Michelle. I'm glad you think so. I'm glad that I had this spur of the moment thought, but also went through with it, because sometimes I have these thoughts and I'm like, I don't want to take the time to do that. But this is when I make new things. This is how I make new things, because I actually take the time to make new things. That seems pretty secure. I was wondering if I should do triple stitch to make it stronger, but I didn't seem to have any problem with the... If they seem like they need a little extra stitching around, then I'll do it. But for now, I think because it's got that extra layer where it's like folded over, it seems pretty secure. All right, so get my hoop again, and I need to cut out a pink. Do I have any pre-cut pink pieces? I think that's a no. I do need to make some more. I think I have like one pink Kirby. And I need to put that on my list for this convention as well. Because I have a couple of bodies, I just need more ink. Sorry for the loud noises. All right. Right, we're just gonna cut a little square. One of my favorite things to have people help me do is cut out, honestly, just squares and rectangles for the pieces that I'm gonna embroider. So, cutting out pieces for Kirby's so that they're already cut and I can just grab from like my pre-cut bin. Because it's really simple too, and it saves me time. Goodness. I need to make a list because I also want to... I don't have to stuff them, but I need to sew screams and no faces. I have the faces made. I just need to sew the faces on and sew up the bodies. So let's make a list. What else did I say? Kirby. And these are things that I could finish up at the shop. And I would like to make possum hats, but I don't know when I will be able to go to get fabric because it's 30 minutes away and I have no intention of driving there right now. Like, I don't need to, except for gray fabric. So I'm like, is it really worth driving to get just gray fabric? I almost passed up the tails because they're not pink, they're black. Okay, so I have Scream, No Face, Kirby's, because I do have some green ones too that I want to do. The second Possum plushie. And then, of course, these little keychain guys. I probably won't finish them today. I'm gonna just make them and then stuff them another day. Oh, the other thing is I have Etsy orders that I have to technically do this week too. Luckily, I'm making 3 Sylveon hats. One of them goes out with the Espeon that goes out this week. And then another one doesn't go out till like next week. So I can take 2 of them. And if they both sell, I just have to remake 1. Because I made 3. And then when I go to make Espeon, I'll probably make another one or 2 of it as well. And then I do have a Bison plush, like a mini Appa that goes out. So I might try to make 2 mini Appas, ship 1 out, keep 1 for the convention. And then I'll be gone next week to California, so anything else that needs to ship out next week, I'll have to do like on Sunday. So we're limited on time. I was gonna make some of these finger puppets too. Since this guy's bigger, he could probably be a finger puppet. I just need to sew his ear. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 keychains. So I'm thinking I can always add more. I at least want to start with 2 in the claw machine. I'm not sure what else I have in the claw machine right off. Okay, put that over there. We don't need the tails right now. What we need is space. We're not going to be using these. All right. And did I save the new Opossum? Let's find out. Because I edited it with the new ears, the new black part of the ears. Yeah, okay, it looks like it comes, the ones where it like comes all the way back around. All right, let's make a bunch of little possums. And if you guys are curious, it says it takes me 2 minutes stitch time for this little possum. That doesn't include the time it takes me to like change the thread and like trim. I would say max 5 minutes. And then of course it takes me time to flip it inside out and stuff it is the longest part because it's so tiny. Like I'm working with this like little bitty hole. So at least another 5 minutes. I'm done. I'm done with that. I don't even know which one is the right thread. Dust. There's dust flying everywhere. So So if I want to make this guy a finger puppet, how big? Probably need to make the hole a little bigger. And then I think I'm just gonna like finish the seam. I wonder if I should open this all the way up and then just sew a straight line. Yeah, I think we might do that. Multitasking. All right, this is for the ears. We're just gonna lay the black down. I worked on some little pour-off guys last week. So I think I did like 6. And I'll probably sell them. I think I started doing 10 a piece. They were 15 when the game was really popular, but when it first came out, but since it's kind of died down a little bit, I put them down to 10 and they sold really well at $10 for my next couple of conventions. So and then what I started doing for Mothman and Fresno Nightcrawler, because my Mothman was 20, which he does take me a little longer. And then my Fresno Nightcrawler, of course, takes me like no time at all. I'm kind of like meeting in the middle on both of them because I was doing Fresno for 10, Mothman for 20, but now I put them both at 15 each. And then I think that kind of helps balance my booth a little more too, because they can both go in the same basket. And then if people both want, or if people want both of them, then it comes out to be like $30. It's a nice round number. Okay, I'm not sure how I want to finish off the finger puppet yet, because I don't love how the bottom of that looks, but I just did I just folded over and did the stitch, but my machine doesn't love trying to do like small seams, if that makes sense. So maybe I can turn it inside out a little bit, and then that'll the not clean looking side will be on the inside. Okay, let's see if that looks any better. Hi, puppies. Okay, that looks a little better. Oh, and then I forgot I gotta sew down the ears, but here's the little bottom. All right, back to this one. Trim the ears. I think I only have one Lethal Company guy too, so I probably want to do a couple more of him. Because I'm kind of thinking like weird and wacky stuff, so I'm also thinking about like the crazy, funny, strange games that you can play too, like Lethal Company, and it has the different monsters and stuff, which I think will fit well with like the cryptids and the possums, which I'm assuming like cryptids are also going to be popular here. Because I kind of feel like it falls in the same genre. Honestly, I don't know what to expect, but they shared the map of like where different people are coming from, and all of the surrounding states of Kentucky, which are I think 6. It's like one of the second most surrounded. Tennessee is the highest, with 7, I believe. And then some people are coming from Texas. Nobody from Florida, which is really surprising. I figured maybe someone would have like family in town from Florida or something. It's hurricane season, you know? Like, they're trying to get out of Florida for a little bit. This is supposed to be gray thread, not white. But yeah, there was quite a lot. I was pretty surprised for... This is their 3rd annual Possum Fest. I don't know how many people they're expecting, but again, it was like $60, I think, for the table. It's like a 3-hour drive, I think, which is probably the longest that I would want to do for a one-day event. Because most of the time that means a time change as well. So it's like 3 hours and I get an extra hour. So like, luckily this doesn't start till like noon. But coming back home, if it ends at 8, we get an hour back. So that's good. So like if I'm getting home at like midnight, it's actually only 11. Okay, this should be the first one where the black is not showing through. And luckily, I don't see any black. Good sign. And if I have the time, I might try this on a 5x7 hoop and see how the plushie comes out for that. And then we could have a option that's more in the like $15 price range for a plush, in case people don't want the big plush for, I'm actually leaning more for like $30 because I did use fur and minky, which I do think ups the price a little more. What do you guys think? Let me show you again. It's a pretty good size. Like, he's as big as my head. And I'm gonna do some hand embroidery on the nose, which doesn't make it like cost that much more. Honestly, the fur and the minky is what makes it cost more. I just love you so much. I didn't put a tag in him. I need to make sure to put a tag in the other one. But I'm thinking like 30. Especially if I do a plush that's like this, but a little bigger compared to the keychains. So then I have more of a cheaper price range options. At least 30. He's great. Oh, thank you. Always a compliment. 30 is very reasonable. I would charge closer to 40 or 45. Okay. I'm so bad with plushies unless it takes me a lot of time. Like my Appas, I'm not afraid to charge the 120, I think is what I have on my Etsy. I'm like, listen, this thing, especially if it's something that I don't want to do as much because I've done so many, I'm like, I will charge more and more if the demand goes up, if it means that like I want to give the people what they want, but also I need motivation to make it, to want to make it. I do feel like if I want to charge more, this Possum Festival would be the place to charge more on possum things. But I'm also a little worried because, like, how many other possum plushies is this plushie going to be competing with? And not that I want to compete with price-wise. It's more of, like, I wouldn't lower my price to try to sell it. It's more of, like, if I want to charge more, now might be the time because this is for the possum people. But I really only lower my prices if I'm trying to push a product. I don't lower, and have never lowered, to compete with like somebody else's prices. I honestly try to keep my prices pretty fair across the board in all platforms. So like if I sell my Kirby's in person for $20 or 2 for $15, I don't do that 2 for $15 online, but I either charge $20 or more online because of fees. So I try to make it as fair as possible, because I know some people can't go to conventions and I don't want to like try to make you feel like you're getting scammed. But also, somebody got to pay shipping. I also don't think I will get to make as many of the bigger plushies, so I do like the idea of charging a little bit more, because if I'm only bringing 2, supply and demand, like the only thing that I learned in economics class, or business class for that matter. I took a business class in high school that we had to write a big paper at the end. I don't remember how many pages it was. And it was about technology. I feel like I've complained about this before, but it was probably like very beginning live days. But it had to be about technology, and I was like, sweet, can I do it over like cell phones? And this is like, he asked us to give ideas in front of the class, and so I was like, yeah, cell phones. And he's like, cell phones aren't technology. And I'm like, what? Like, and I wasn't the only one confused. We were all trying to throw out ideas, and he's like, that's not technology. I was like, okay, what about like computers? And he's like, that's not technology. And we're like, what the heck? So I ended up doing my paper on like biofuels in cars, or kind of like that idea of different types of like gasoline, like ways to power cars, basically. And apparently that was acceptable. And I'm pretty sure it was like 10-page paper. I don't think he ever looked at it. He like proofread the first page, or like looked at the first page, and like was like, yep, it looks good, you're on the right track. And never looked at it again, I don't think. Like, we submitted it, but it was like the last day of school. And I think I'd submitted mine before, but like the option to submit it was open until the very last day. And I know he didn't read all those papers the last day of school because he had to get a grade up. So I think it was honestly, if you did it, you were good. And the whole like, that's not technology. My only guess is he did that because he didn't want us to all do papers on cell phones and computers. I don't know. I only took it because I think that was the only class available in the time slot that I had. And I needed like another credit. All right, there's one that is like without having to make any alterations. Like, I don't have to change the like clip anything, nothing's wrong, I don't have to sew up his ear. That's what I'm trying to say. And I think I might try the next one in black for his like arms and chin, and see if I like the way that stands out better. So we'll set him over here. And again, I think I'm glad that I switched to the pupils. You can't really see him very well, but he's got white eyeballs with black pupils. And then this guy's just got the black pupils, which gives him more of a dazed look, I guess. It does kind of make it feel more mousy, but I like it. Okay, now I'm gonna cut up some... Oh wait, let's see if the squeaker... The only thing about this is I gotta make the hole bigger. The other things that I would like to put squeakers in is Mothman. To make it squeak, I think that would be really funny. Okay, yes, the squeaker fits. Let's stuff the ears. And I probably will make some kind of little sign if I remember. And I might put all these keychains in a basket together. I'm not sure the best way, or hang it up with the other keychains. But something that says "squeeze me," because that's very helpful with people. Like, they're like, oh, you know, especially some people that when they walk up to tables, they're like, I don't know really what to do. Like I want to look, but also I don't want to be that awkward person that just is standing in front of a table looking. So I think some people like read things or want to read things, and then they're like, oh my gosh, this says, I can touch it. This says, squeeze me. So that makes it'll feel a little bit more open, if that makes sense. Okay, here he is. Ready? Surprisingly, my dogs didn't react. They must be tired. But it actually fits perfectly. Like, look at those curves. Look at the curves. And then I will just sew it up. I might put a little bit of stuffing down here. Yeah. Okay, I like it. Love the squeaky. Good. Yeah, I think I'm trying to decide how many. I'll probably do at least a little less than half without the squeaky. Because I don't think the squeaky ones can go in the claw machine. I don't think they'll fit in the egg. It'll be really close. So I'll say the ones in the claw machine, the 3 or 4 that go in the claw machine will get squeakies. So let's say 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. Honestly, I'll have to make them all and then decide. Because we have 1 keychain and no squeaky. We have 1 finger puppet. But I don't want a finger puppet all by himself. He could also go in like a clearance bin if I have other clearance things. I could make a couple of different animals, but I don't know if I have time for that. Okay, let me cut some more white squares. Where I should have 1 more hoop. Am I blind? Hoopla! Oh. Still in here. Okay. Got the tails. Alright, we need white squares. Let's see if this is big enough to fit. Yeah, I think this will work. The good thing about this is it helps me use my white fleece because I usually have a whole lot of white fleece scraps. Because I make like Sylveon and Totoro and Light Fury gets cut out of white fabric, but I don't really have any white plushies because I don't have like white Kirby's to use it on. I don't have white gyroids or anything, so the only other thing I guess it really gets used for is like Scream and No Face. So being able to use this white fabric scraps is very nice. Lots of times I even just cut it up so that I can use it to stuff plushies. Do. Okay, how far? We're about 2 hours in. I'm gonna try to wait till 3 and then I'm gonna switch my mic out. I want to try to catch it before. But also, Joey says that my other mic doesn't sound as good as this one. So if this one sounds better, I definitely want to use it as long as possible. I think the good thing about this pattern too is that I could easily turn this like into a bear if I take out that part. Maybe change its nose and do like the little like smile thing. But it could easily be just any other little thing. Huh. Might almost be out of bobbin. That didn't... No. Something didn't stitch right for that little nose. Let's try again. Where it looks like maybe the bobbin just got caught. Let's see if it'll do better this time. That's the only problem about like not using a stabilizer is the bobbin can get caught. Okay, that looks like it worked better. And for this one, I'm gonna just do black for the rest of the plush. And we'll see how that works for us. The only thing, and I don't know if there's an embroidery machine that I can get that would do better with it, but I wish that sometimes I could go back to the step previously just so that my machine could redo something. Sometimes it just misses like a few stitches or whatever. And I know some on the bigger embroidery machines you can back stitch, like go back a few stitches, and that would be really nice to be able to do, but my machine doesn't do that. Because like I was saying, for that Mothman, the wings, it will break the thread, but it still goes a little ways, and then it's like, oh wait, something's wrong. Rethread your machine. So usually to fix that stitch that it missed, I have to like hand stitch it later. But overall, I really love my SE, yeah, SE 1900, 1900. And my other embroidery machine, I really need to get it serviced and see if... Because it's really nice to have two when I'm doing beanies, so I can like sit them up right next to each other and just go back and forth. But after this Possum Fest, my next one is Anime Ink, and that one I'm really going to focus on beanies, bucket hats, t-shirts, and then my like Pokemon hats that I do, because that is what does best at Anime Ink is like wearable stuff. Wearables, is that what I said? I told Joey one time, I was like, that's what I want to focus on. Is I think I used the word wearables. Because I do think that that's pretty common is people will spend more money on things that they can use multiple times, like hats or shirts. Or bags, or hats, or, you know, things like that. So the gray didn't come down as far as it was supposed to, but I think it'd be okay. I think it's one of those things only I would notice. I guess I should really be like stitching my Sylveon bows so that I can sew them on later, because they have to go out before. But like these things I could work on at the Opossum Fest, as long as I have like one done. The others I can work on behind the table. Because I like having things that I can keep myself busy. Unless it's a convention that I know will be like non-stop. But even then I usually have time before, like when I set up, before we open, while all the people like still trickle in. And I might be able to convince Joey to drive. Since it's not super early that we have to leave, and then I can work on some stuff in the car. That would be really nice. This is almost about to be sewn up, and then we can see what it looks like with the black outlining, and you guys can tell me if you like the black better or if you like the gray better. It definitely saves me time if I do the black, because then I don't have to change thread as much, but if one looks better than the other, I of course want to do the one that looks better. I also feel like the claw machine will be pretty popular at Anime Inc. Because I'm just thinking there's usually a lot of intoxicated people. Not like a bad amount and not like that intoxicated, but just people that I feel like would be like, oh, sweet, a claw machine. I'll play. So I could just make sure that my claw machine is well stocked for that too. But I've also thought about putting cheaper stuff in my claw machine. Like, I like the idea of you play and you can win like discounts. So like maybe it's $1 to play and then you could win like a free sticker of your choice, and then you get to pick and get a free sticker. Or you can get, you know, a couple dollars off. And maybe I could say like there's one of them that have, you know, a free hat or something. I don't know how I would do that though, because I only can do like 5 eggs at a time. So maybe I can say you have like a 1 in 50 chance of winning a hat, or like however many eggs that I make. I'd probably want to do more than that though, because like a hat itself costs $50. So they might take that odds and just keep playing if it's only $1. Okay. So let's compare it to this one. Do you guys like... This is the gray / white detailing, and then this is the black detailing. I'm trying to... Which do you guys like better? Like, this definitely stands out more. But is it making it look more like a panda? Which is a good idea. I think a panda would be cute. Or do you guys like it better because you can see its legs better? Okay, I like the lighter one better, but both are awesome. Sounds good. I think I also like the lighter one better. But like you said, you think both are awesome. I do think people wouldn't mind either if they weren't giving the option. I'm gonna go ahead and stuff this one just so we can see them both stuffed and see if that still gives the same. Gives the same feel. Okay, here they are again. Ooh, here, what if I hold them up by this? So hard to get them. Okay, I'll give it a minute. Sometimes when I look at them, it's not that much difference on camera, but in person you can really tell. All right. Still like the lighter one, but me being me, I get one for myself and the other for my boyfriend. Yeah, I think I will stick to the lighter, because something about this, I think it's just because it's so much black and white. Sometimes it's giving a little bit of panda. And I'm sure when you see the tail, like, it'll be different. Just stacking them all up on here on my embroidery machine. I mean, on my sewing machine. All right, on to number 5, technically. I guess I don't know. I don't have to make all of these, but I definitely, now that I know that everything's working right, I don't have to like cut them out and do all that every time. So we can just continue, because I didn't think about it, but my little puppet needs a tail too. So we have 1, 2, 3 that still need a tail, and then I can do 3 more. Yeah. So we'll do, this will be 1, and then we'll do 2 more after that, and then we can do something different. Okay. See, Mr. Possum Nose, why do you cause problems like that? You're perfectly fine. I do think it's sometimes if the fabric isn't pulled tight enough. Let's try again. Might have to get a new piece of fleece. That one might be ruined. Yeah, still. It ate my fabric. All right, let me cut a new piece. A new piece of fleece. Okay, that one is a little tighter, so let's try that again. And then I get this one, hoops 2. Okay, yep, that worked better. Good, good, good. And I think I'm gonna do the rest in the lighter. Unless I just like forget or something, but and then I do want to, this one that I just did, the gray didn't go all the way down, so I'm gonna try to see if I can fudge it a little bit. The question is now, though, since I can't make possum hats, do I try to put a possum on a beanie? Not like a possum face, but like one of these possum designs, like just on a beanie. Or maybe a possum face. I don't know if I can. Sometimes I feel like it's kind of hard to convey possum unless there's a tail. Did that one. I always make sure to knot my thread and leave like a little bit of thread on my needle, because Obi one time found a needle on the floor, and the only way that we found out that that was what was wrong with him, because he was running around like whining, and we thought the blood was coming from his nose, but it was actually his mouth. The only reason I knew what it was from was because I saw a little piece of like green thread hanging from it, from his mouth. Shoot, this was supposed to stay on there. But yeah, that's why I try to make sure there's thread on my needles, so if they fall, it's easier to find. And if one of the dogs get it, I can hopefully recognize what it is. I feel like I have to like do something else while this is going, but none of it takes longer than honestly 30 seconds. So sometimes I just gotta be patient and just wait. Oops. Forgot that was still attached. Alright, let's put the gray down. I just love being able to use like all these little scraps. It's really nice. Gray thread. I need to check too. I think that it's free to get in to this festival. So if that's the case too, then there's probably a lot of like kids. And I want to say that it is free because it's outside, and I know it's a little harder to navigate people away from an area that, like, you know, keeping people blocked off. Because I want to say it's like at a museum or a library or something like that. I should probably know these things, but I like skimmed over the like load in thing and was like, yes, this seems pretty self-explanatory. And made sure that I was on the list and like checked where my spot was and called it good. I don't even know what the like load in. I know it starts at 12, so I'm assuming like load in probably starts 7:30 that morning, like sometime early. And then as long as we're set up, or as long as we get there like an hour before, would be my guess. I did look, and I'm kind of on a corner. I don't have anyone to the like right side of me. So that's kind of exciting. I have no idea what I'm gonna do for my table setup yet. I don't think I want to fool with my grid walls, because I could just bring 2 tables and then do kind of like what I would do for the grid wall on a table, which would be like putting my hats on that table. Does anybody else have events this weekend? Mine's on Saturday, so I'll make sure to, if I remember, post a picture in the Discord. And everyone else can share their event booth setup if they feel like it. And I'd like to do a bingo card. I think I could do some really interesting bingos for this event. I'll be at ColossalCon East. Excited for your vlog. Thanks. ColossalCon East will be it. That should be really fun. I've never done a ColossalCon. I know, or I hear that they're really good. I honestly just want to attend one for the kind of party aspect of it. The pool party aspect. Alright, like I said, this is good. We can set it aside. We don't have to cut it out. We can go ahead and get this one going. They're a lot of fun. They seem like it. I hope you have a lot of fun this weekend. I hope sales are good for you. Did you just do, was it Everclear that was a couple weekends ago? I know that it was another pony convention that you had, and I saw that you sold out, like, of all your ponies so fast. Like, I think you said it was, like, record? Thank you. Hope your sales are awesome. Thank you. Yours, too. Oh, my gosh. It's getting loud. I'm sorry. Yeah, but I love hearing, like, watching your vlogs and hearing that you made, like, all your expenses back in, like, the first hour or something. That's awesome. Especially when you have to, like, fly to them. I think that that's just, like, goals. I'm so excited. I used my, I got the Marriott credit card. So I get free nights because I like signed up and like charged so much within the 3 months or whatever it is. And I got 5 free nights, and I used, I think it was 3 of them for Anime Inc. for a really nice fancy hotel that is super close to the convention center. Like, I would not stay here if I didn't get free nights, because it would have been like probably $500 a night or something like that. And with Anime Inc., because I have a booth, I think I get 4, like my badge and 3 other people. So I'm like telling Bethany and Bree and Joey, I'm like, come, you don't have to pay. I got my room for free. And if it means that you guys can come and help me more, I would greatly appreciate it, because the hours for, you know, Anime Inc. rough. So I'm really excited to not have to include that expense into my Anime Inc. Expenses, because this one is, I think it was like $700, which was the most expensive booth until I paid for Lexington Comic Con, which I paid for $1,050, I think. Everfree, yeah, last weekend of August, definitely broke some records. Very fun. That's awesome. Is that the one that was their last year? Isn't there a pony convention that they're not doing it again? So I was wondering if that's why it was like record breaking, because everyone was like, no, I have to go. I have to buy. Free is great. Yes. We love free. And I have 2 more free nights that I have to use before, I think, April. So I still have time, but trying to figure out when to use them, because, you know, the best time to use them is when you are going to a convention like by yourself, or like if me and Joey are going, so I don't have to, like, I'm having to pay it by myself anyways. But the next hotel that we need is for Columbus, or yeah, GalaxyCon Columbus, but Bethany is also going, so we can split expenses for that one. BabsCon next year in California is the one ending. Okay. Fingers crossed you get in. I hope you get in. I'm sure, especially if it's a good con and like good sales anyways, and now this is the last one, I feel like sales would be good, because I think that would drive people to attend one last time, spend all their money one last time. I was talking earlier about how TrotCon was at MatsuriCon, kind of like showing off their convention, you know, because they have like, I guess it's called sponsor or convention tables, whatever, where they can advertise their convention. And I need to do that more often, because one, it's to learn more about conventions in the area or like close by, but Joey and I also talked to like the OMG Con table, which is a convention in Owensboro, Kentucky, and the person running the booth actually recognized me because I did a YouTube video on the OMG Con, and like, because Bethany was selling at it, and Joey and I like helped her and like attended. So we had, you know, we went to panels, we talked about it, what we liked, what we disliked, but there wasn't really anything that I can think of, I don't think, that we didn't like. And just showing off the different stuff you can do. We did panels, we did board games. I showed off the like party, the not rave. And so yeah, we walked up in our Team Magma and she was like, "Hey, I know you guys." And I was like, "Yeah, we were at OMGCon." And she's like, "I watched your vlog," because we like to watch back if anyone's posted a video to see if there's any critiques or whatever that we can fix or change. And yeah, that was really cool to get like recognized for that. And so we spun their wheel that they have, like it wasn't a raffle, but you could win, like, if you got this color ball, you got like a sticker, or this color ball, you got a piece of candy. And I'm pretty sure there was probably some in there that were more rare, like maybe you got a piece of like merchandise that said OMGCon, or like a shirt or something. I forgot to ask, but you could go back every day and like try to win something else. And so that was pretty cool because we got more acquainted with them, of course. So now, like, if we go again next year, they'll know who we are, and hopefully I can get in to sell there, because that was one of my favorite, it is probably one of my top favorite conventions to attend for sure. But I used to do that one every year before I moved away to like college and all that stuff. So now I'm trying to like get back into the artist alley there. But we also talked to the people at Anime Crossroads, and I really liked their booth, which I've never been to Anime Crossroads, but I should look into it because it's only like 3.5 hours from us, I think. It's in Indiana. And they did have a raffle where you get this challenge. One of them was I had to make pipe cleaner. I had to make an animal that was recognizable using pipe cleaners. And this is all in my vlog, by the way, and it'll come out either this Friday or next Friday. So I made an animal using pipe cleaner, and then they guessed it, and so then I got a raffle ticket. And then you come back like right before the artist alley closes, and they raffle off like Anime Crossroads merch. So we got I mean, you could get a card decal, a drawstring backpack. Like, these are some of the things that you could win. T-shirts was a big thing. They gave away a lot of t-shirts. And then the final thing that they would give away was a badge for the whole weekend. So Joey and I were trying to get a badge because, of course, that helps with expenses. Especially if we're not selling there. I think it's in February. So, sorry, every time I breathe, I take in a big gulp of air because I'm talking too fast. Let me slow down a little bit. Coffee's kicking in. February, like, honestly, beginning of the year is the busiest conventions for me because it's all the big ones. So that's probably also why I've never done Anime Crossroads. But if we got a free ticket, at least one free ticket, we could go even for the day if it was free and go and just like check it out, vlog, you know, get some YouTube content. So yeah, but we didn't win a pass. But we did find out we needed to do, and you could have done Friday, Saturday, Sunday for that too, but we didn't find it until Saturday. Saturday, of course, busiest day because everybody, like, more people are there on Saturday, and everybody else probably figured it out because Friday they might have missed it or whatever. So we didn't win anything on Saturday, but on Sunday we're like, well, we'll do it again tomorrow because there's definitely going to be less people entered because there's going to be less people here. And the people recognized us, and we were dressed as Team Magma on Saturday. And they're like, I hope you get the Pokemon one, because it was like draw a Pokemon and have us guess it, and then you get to spin. And we didn't get it. And so then when we go the next day, we're dressed up again as like Tandem Mouse, and they're like, I really hope you get the Pokemon, and we don't get it. So they give it to us. They were like, that's okay, you can just draw a Pokemon anyways. It's fine. And so I drew Magikarp, and Joey drew Weedle, and they guessed it, and we got a spin. And we actually won. We both won, because we get 2 separate tickets. Joey won a card decal, or well, I don't know whose ticket was what, but we won a card decal, and we won a t-shirt. And it's a nice blue t-shirt that says Anime Crossroads, and if you want to know what it actually looks like, you guys can check out my vlog later, whenever it comes out. But yeah, I want to look into going to Anime Crossroads, or attending it, selling at it. I don't know how sales are, but I will give anything a shot at least once, as long as expenses aren't like a ridiculous amount. I have a friend that is going to help me get a booth for a con. Oh, nice. That's always fun when you can get some help. I know a lot of people like really try to get into MegaCon, and it's like I know Bethany and I are both very thankful that we can get, or that we got in before it got crazy big, because now it's so hard to get in. But once you're in, you're in. And lately, I think the way that people have been getting in is like showing up day of, and any empty tables, they try to claim them. Which is honestly, that's what I was gonna do at MatsuriCon this weekend, and I kind of wish. Oh, why am I still unfocused? Focus. There we go. I'm sure when I was pulling the thread, it was doing that. Yeah, I thought about doing that for MatsuriCon, but honestly, I just got in my head. But once I got there, I wish that I just brought some stuff to try it, but I was afraid that all these people liked the Discord post saying that they would, or like the Discord post was people being like, the Artist Alley saying, you know, here's the details on if you want last minute tables. Sorry. And there was like 20 people that liked that post in the Discord, and I was like, if there's 20 people that are going to show up for last minute tables, there's no way that I'm going to get one, because also it was a 5-hour drive, and to get there when they were saying you could get there, we were going to have to leave at like 3 a.m. So I was like, there's no way. Like, I don't even know if I have enough stuff to get me through MatsuruCon and the Possum Festival the next weekend after. But now I'm like, well, I kind of wish that I did it because it would have been nice to have like a little extra money. But honestly, anytime conventions have like the 50-50 rule, I kind of get scared and I'm like, I don't have enough original stuff. But I could have made it work. But we had a good time either way. The cons I want to apply at are first come, first serve. Yeah, and those are, first come, first serve are the hardest to get into. So is that how you're gonna have your friend help you apply for it? I left. Hi. I had an appointment, sorry. That's okay. Glad you're back. We're still making the same thing. Chatting about conventions. I also got to meet Black Cat in person. I was gonna wait to see if they showed up at the live, but if they're here, they haven't said anything yet. But yeah, they came up to me. They gave me, Bethany, and Joey ribbons with Black Cat on it, and said that they, you know, join and hang out at the live sometimes. And as soon as they said that, I was like, I recognize the name, and I think they're the ones that mentioned that I could put zip ties in the pony's hair. So I was like, yeah, I know who you are. But that was like the one goal that I wanted for the weekend since I wasn't selling. I was like, I would love to get like recognized for my YouTube channel or my content or my art without having my booth behind me. Like, you know, if you see Lying Around Sewing, you can be like, oh yeah, I know who you are, I watch your vlogs. But it was nice to have the OMG Con lady and Black Cat both, you know, come up to me and be like, I know who you are, without having, you know, something that said, I am Lying Around Sewing. And then I think I might have got recognized by someone else, but he also seemed a little confused because I was behind Bethany's booth. She had went to the bathroom, and he was like, oh, do you make Kirby plushies? And he was looking at her crochet stuff, and I was like, no, this is my friend's booth, but she hasn't made like a Kirby plushie. He's like, you just look really familiar. I feel like I've watched your like YouTube video and you had Kirby plushies. And I was like, well, actually I do have a YouTube channel. I was like, I'm Lying Around Sewing. I was like, but I don't do crochet Kirby's, because I feel like that's what he was. I know some people do crochet plushies and Kirby's, and I thought that that's what he was saying. And I was like, but they're not crochet, like they're hand sewn. I was like, but it could be me. And I was like, my name's Lying Around Sewing. And he's like, I don't know, you look really familiar. I was like, yeah, it could be me. And then he was like, did you go to Anime New York or something like that? And I haven't done any New York shows. So I was like, no, maybe you're not thinking of me. I haven't done that one. And he's like, I'm going to see if I can find it. You look really familiar. And I'm like, yeah, please do. Or like comment on my, my channel if you find me and it's me. So I'm not sure if it was me or not, but maybe I'll just say there was 3 people that recognized me. We can just say that. Because odds are, if you saw me on YouTube and I was making Kirby's or talking about Kirby plushies, Not any YouTube videos that I've seen, but I haven't seen anyone that looks close to me that also makes Kirby plushies. Even like crochet. Like I know a couple people that make crochet Kirby plushies, but I don't think they look like me. Hi chat, Frog said. Hi frogs. I do know a lot of people, I haven't got it lately, but I think when I first started making YouTube videos, and even in high school, before I had YouTube videos, someone said I looked like this nail artist. She does a lot of, I think, acrylic nails and like maybe like beauty and makeup stuff on YouTube. And a lot of people say that I look like her sometimes. I haven't got it lately. And I was like, yeah, I can kind of see it. But I do not remember the name of her or the YouTube channel. Okay, I think this is the last keychain possum. Because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that was how many tails we had. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom while this embroiders the legs real quick. Alright, I'm back. And you know, while I'm thinking of it, I'm gonna switch mics. Okay, but I need to know, does this mic sound the same as this other mic, okay? So this is mic number 1. This is mic number 2. Do they sound the same? Or does this one sound worse? Let me know. We're almost done with the possums. Possum keychains, at least. Oberdober. Sometimes when they're barking in the house, one, I don't know why they decide to like bark in the house. Like, why don't you want to just go outside and bark out whatever's outside? But sometimes I'll be like, go outside. And they know what that means. So they just take off outside. And I'm like, perfect. Go bark out there. I understand if there's like someone at the door, that would make more sense for them to bark, but it's very rarely that it's because someone's at the door. I do like this idea though of making more animal keychains with this like pattern. Like I was saying, this one like kind of looks like a panda if it was like more just black and white. So panda would be, any kind of bear would be nice. I like that idea. But right now we're focusing on possum. So I'm gonna put all these little guys. Here's a little finger puppet possum if you guys didn't see. I'll decide if I want to make another finger puppet because I just think keychains would sell better. But I don't know, I feel like also for a little $5 item, people would be down for this too. So I'll think on it. All right, let me kind of clean up my mess that I got going on here. I got so many projects. Okay, Sylveon still need to get done. Throw all these scrap pieces away right now. And let's finish up the possum plushie. I'm gonna throw this head away because this isn't the right color. I did the wrong colors. And then I need to cut out some feet. I don't think I cut out feet for this. If I did, I can't find them. So I need to cut out some new feet. You know what? Let me just use this. Because it's just gonna get trashed. Does anybody else just love the idea of going through their fabric closet and using all the fabric in there and just doing like a huge clean out? Like trying to find a way to use this fabric that you've had in there forever. Does that appeal to anyone else? Because I don't know, I would just love to. I don't know if I'd make it a YouTube video or if I'd make it like a live where it's just like cleaning out my whole closet, clean out my whole fabric closet. But like I have to make something new. Like that's the stipulation, is I have to make a new item with that fabric. Because I could say that I could do, you know, just a hat that I've done before and use like the same color that I've done, but it's like a little bit of a challenge video. Okie dokie, let's finish a bigger possum plush. Oh, I was gonna also try, I'll do it after I do this. I was gonna try to make that same pattern that I did in a bigger plush on my embroidery machine. But we'll finish this one first. I want to put my line around sewing tag in it too, so I might have to open up one of these soon. Let me move my camera back. There we go. Had it moved so when I was on the embroidery machine, you guys could see me a little better. I know you still couldn't see a whole lot. And then I'm not doing embroidery anymore, so I can hide that. That way you guys can see. If you're curious what my upcoming conventions are, for that Danville Holiday Con, I'm pretty excited because we get to do like a theme. It's a 10 by 10 booth. And we can pick a theme, like a holiday theme. So whatever holiday we want, and decorate our booth. And I'm trying to decide if I want to go generic and do Christmas, because it's going to be November. So the next, like other than Thanksgiving, but I would like to do Christmas themed because I assume that's what people are going to be buying as Christmas presents. But Halloween would also be cool. But it would be after Halloween. So but they said you can do any theme you want. So I could even go like crazy and just, or like holiday you want. So I could even go crazy and do, like if there's a axolotl appreciation day, and just do like axolotl themed. But I think I'm leaning honestly towards Christmas and seeing if I can get a like a fireplace background kind of and put it on my photography stand, and so that's kind of like the very back of the booth. It's just like a kind of cool fireplace. And if I knew exactly the dimensions and how it would be set up, I would really like to do some kind of over the booth. But I don't know, and I know last time, which they're in the same place, so they say they have the dimensions correct now. But like, even if I got a canopy tent and put it up inside and then decorated it, I think that would be really cool. But I would just be kind of scared, like what if it doesn't fit? But I think I could talk to the main guy and like have him double check or reassure me what he thinks, if that's a good idea, if it's something that I could do. Because, yeah, I would love to hang, like, garland or something. Really go all out. I think if you win, you get a free table at their next event. And I'm all about a challenge, and I'm all about free stuff. So, count me in. In middle school, we won a pumpkin decorating contest. And I think we only won like $20 for first place, and there was like 5 of us, so we had to like split it 5 ways, but it was still was the win that counted. I think we painted it as a penguin. And we had 2 pumpkins, and we like stacked the little one on top of the big one. And it was a lot of fun. I love decorating challenges or painting. Not just painting, but if it's like painting something. But yeah, if it's like paint this canvas, I'm like, I don't know, that's too much free range. But if it's like paint this ceramic penguin, I'm like, okay, at least I have something to go off of. I can choose to do basic penguin colors. Hello, Pupper Dupper. What do you have? You been eating sticks? He's got like grass sticks sticking out of his mouth. It's funny when I come into my sewing room because we have carpet in here. And there's just like claw marks where you can see that I haven't seen any of the other dogs do it, so I'm pretty sure it's Obi, but he like scratches the carpet. I think it's to put his scent down. Because clearly he is not like fluffing anything up, but you know how some dogs scratch at like their beds or whatever before they lay down? He does that to the carpet. And you just see like scratch marks all different ways on the carpet. He doesn't tear it up, it's just the way that the direction of the carpet changes. And it's kind of gone now, but there was like over here, there's just all like chicken scratch basically. I don't know if I move this, he's gonna move because he doesn't like stuff in the bag. No, come here. Do you guys see this hanging from his lip? Look at this. Do you see it? What have you been eating? Dirt? I know you feel it. It's gonna feel weird. I don't want to touch it because then it's going to be all slimy and gross and I'm going to have to wash my hands. Joey and I got recognized by a voice actor for our tandem mouse. Like, he like yelled across the the like, you know, big convention hall and was like, I love your tandem mouse cosplay. And we're like, thank you. And I gave him a little bag. I handed out the tandem mouse stickers that I showed you guys earlier, a little piece of candy and a business card in a little baggie. If anyone like complimented us or wanted our picture, I gave it to them. But what I found out is we need separate things to hand out when we're Team Magma, because I was handing out Tandem Mouse, and Tandem Mouse technically wouldn't be on a Team Magma team because they would have fire Pokemon. So next time we cosplay Team Magma, specifically for like a convention that we were walking around at, I'm sure I need to make some Pokemon, some kind of fire Pokemon. It would be nice, honestly, to have more Pokemon stickers in general, because that's like my big products are like Pokemon hats. Like I love the Pokemon. And I only have Evolution stickers, which I feel like is a good, like, if you're gonna have any Pokemon, I feel like Evolution is the way to go. Same with like any product. If you only have time to make, you know, a couple of plushies, I do think Evolutions are the way to go, or starters, because everyone's got a favorite. All right. I think this is all I wanted to do on this Possum plush, because I can stuff the rest another time. Just check it for holes. I put the tag kind of facing the wrong way, but it's fine. It should have been like lying around sewing on the other side, but it's okay. And then I have the head, and then I have the ears, and then I need to just sew up the tail, which is right here. And let's see, I might end it after this. I have to go to my nephew's football game. Let me double check that it hasn't been like canceled or anything. Yep, still looks good. So I'm gonna turn this tail inside out, and I'm gonna put pipe cleaners in it. I think 2 was what I did last time, and it worked good. And this time I'm gonna like twist them around each other, and then that should help. And I'm gonna poke the ends over. I'm just gonna twist them. Not like super tight because I still want it to have some like thickness. And then we're gonna just slide it in. And you could also, like, you could do wire. I like pipe cleaners because it's usually cheaper. And it's a little easier to work with. My sewing machine, of course, will go over pipe cleaners. Wire is a little bit more difficult. But you could also put zip ties in it, like I did for the pony hair. It just wouldn't be like posable. Which technically I like put this up, like I wrapped it around and sewed it to the back, so it doesn't necessarily need to be posable since I did it that way. But yeah. Okay, I guess I feel like that stream was so fast, but it's been almost 4 hours. I guess I did do like 5 hours last week, but yeah, I think that was so fun. I'll show off the possum keychain one more time. So he's gonna hang upside down. This is gonna be for the Possum Fest this weekend. And I'm also gonna do a couple of keychains that have squeakers in it so that you can like hold it upside down, but you can also like squeeze it, kind of fidget with it. We have a little finger puppet possum. And then I'll show off my feeling cute possum sticker. And I gotta cut these out. And again, I'll probably make a I'll probably make a sticker that's the same as this, so that I have a couple options for possum stickers. And then we have our possum, our bigger option of this possum with the tail, and I'm gonna have at least 2 of them. I don't think I'll have time to make another, but that's what we're finishing up for him. But I think people will buy him too, even not at the Possum Festival. So I'm glad that I made some possum merch. So yeah, I think I'll probably take this stuff with me to the ball game maybe. So I have some things to do, since I have so much to do this week before we go to Possum. And here's the little tandem mouse stickers that we were handing out at the convention at MatsuriCon. Yeah, so I think that's all I have, guys. Thank you so much for coming to my live, and thank you so much to everyone that's watching it after the live. I still appreciate you guys watching it after too, because that still helps me with views and stuff. And check out this Friday for a new vlog. I think it'll be about how much I made from my first YouTube check. So if you're really interested in the analytics and all that stuff, check it out. And that is all I have. I'm gonna go watch like 10-year-old, I think, play football. So it should be pretty entertaining. Can I see the little ones again? Yeah. So the options that I'm gonna do is like make keychains like this, but they'll probably, a couple of them will be in my claw machine, a couple of them will be keychains that you can like pay full price for, and then a couple of them will have squeakers, a couple of them won't have squeakers, and then I also have the finger puppet option, which I don't know if I'll make any more of these, but is a little finger puppet. This was my first one that I made, and he has like the big whites of his eyes. But yeah, and they will have tails. This is just the one that got all the way done, and it curled around the keychain. So this is my lower dollar item for the convention. We're gonna have like $3 stickers, 2 different options to choose from, keychains, which is gonna be like $10 to $12. I would like to make a bigger version of this that's kind of like a $15 plush, and then this somewhere between $30 $40 for a chunky big boy. And that's my possum stuff. A lot more than I thought I was gonna have. I really thought I was gonna have like this one possum item and that was it. A big boy, yes. And I wish I had gray to make hats, but I'm completely out of like gray fleece, so and I don't think I'll have time to go get it anytime this week. But if a trip comes up, maybe. I will see you guys in Friday's vlog, and if you don't watch that, I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Actually, I will not see you next Tuesday because I will be in California. So, maybe I'll do a Sunday stream because I know I'm gonna have to get some work done before I leave. So, we'll see. I'll try to make it up to you guys. But, bye-bye!